So Back to the Fans is back with a bang. And you might be wondering, well, why is that? Well, first it's because I've got brand new merch from the Back to the Future Club Argentina. But that is not just the tip of the iceberg, guys. Today, I've actually got a guest on the show who actually owns a real DeLorean. So let's get to it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition. If you're brand new to this channel, or if you're coming back to the channel and you're not subscribed as of yet, please feel free to smash that red subscribe button. It is completely free, takes you literally a second or two, and I'd love to see you back here again, and I honestly really appreciate all the support. So it actually has been such a long time since I've produced a Back to the Fans episode, but today I've managed to get an awesome guest. So the awesome guest I've actually got in today's video owns a real DeLorean. So without further ado, let me introduce my guest as Justin. So Justin, man, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and also when was the first time you ever checked out Back to the Future?
Hello, Michael. Nice to meet you. My name is Justin Christoph. I'm from British Columbia, Canada. I first watched Back to the Future when I was 11, back in 2010. I never really watched the show, never really cared for it until we bought...
That is just a very quick sneak peek of what we're about to see. But Justin, my man, I honestly love the fact that you actually own a DeLorean, and owning that DeLorean about 10, 11 years ago really made you get back in to Back to the Future. And that, my friend, is truly awesome. So very quick story before we get into Justin's next part of things. I've never actually seen a real DeLorean up close and personal before. The only other time I've actually ever seen a DeLorean, which is a really coincidence in this little story I'm going to share, is back in 2014 here in the UK. I took part in a race called the Great North Run, which you run about 13 miles for charity. Now, when I was doing my training back in the day, on my route when I was running, I actually saw a real DeLorean pass by me, and I found out the owner lives in a town maybe about 20 minutes from where I actually live. And then the funny thing is, in that same week when I was actually due to do my driving test, I was actually meant to do a reverse around the corner, but there was a van blocking the corner, and the license plate, the last three characters actually said MJF. So how really cool is that? And I love the fact that this was truly such an awesome experience. But also, Justin, man, I'm going to hand it straight back over to you, because one thing I actually really want to know is, how did you actually come to acquire a DeLorean? Because if you guys don't know, these aren't easy vehicles to come by.
So this is a 1983 DeLorean. A little about the car. We actually bought this car here in British Columbia, Canada. It was sitting at a local car dealership in our town, and somebody had traded it in for something else. And it's actually funny, my sister was the one who convinced my dad to actually buy the DeLorean. No one really seemed to care very much except for my sister, and 11 years later, now we've kind of turned into a way bigger deal than anyone ever thought it would have been.
So before we carry on in today's video, let me just give a quick shout out to the Back to the Future Club Argentina. So I got a brand new t-shirt that I'm rocking today, which shows all three of the DeLoreans from all three of the movies in the trilogy. And this t-shirt, guys, you can actually get yourself from the Back to the Future Club Argentina store. They also have a brand new English translate button for if you want to order through the website, and I believe that William in the background is working on connecting that to PayPal. Now, the awesome thing is about Back to the Future Club Argentina, guys, if you don't already know, they actually support the Michael J. Fox Foundation. So every sale that they make actually does help with a contribution towards the Michael J. Fox Foundation. So these guys aren't in about it just making full money, they're actually donating money to the Michael J. Fox Foundation. So the link to their store is down below in the description box. Go give them some love, go visit the website, and if you're interested, you can order through there. Go give them some love, go support them, and go grab an awesome t-shirt like this, which honestly I am truly in love with, and I've got some brand new shirts to show off later on in these video segments. But firstly, let me just get back to Justin and this DeLorean. Well, man, firstly, Justin, absolutely, truly awesome that you own a DeLorean. At least now I can actually say, well, I actually know someone who owns a DeLorean. And it's just absolutely crazy, man, that you guys acquired this DeLorean about 10 or 11 years ago, and it was actually due to your sister telling your dad kind of to get the DeLorean at the time, that you guys bonded as kind of like this family and actually made that decision, and ever since, it's become like a big staple in your lives. That, for me, is truly awesome, and this is why I do this segment, Back to the Fans, because I like to try to give back to the fans and give them a platform wherever to speak and show off their collection. So with that in mind, Justin, my friend, please show us all your collection.
Just like in the show, lots of, we have over 70 Hot Wheel cars. We have great flux capacitor, just if you know, like in the movie, can't get around anywhere without the flux capacitor. We also have some time machines in the back here. We have one of scale time machine. We have a Back to the Future 3 vehicles time machine and another Back to the Future 2 time machine. We also have Michael J. Fox's newest book, No Time Like the Future. In this book, it talks about Michael J. Fox when he was in the movie, before the movie, and what he's currently doing now during this pandemic. If you come over here, I'll show you some more collectibles that we have. So we have, my parents bought all the original movies from Back to the Future from 1985. We have the 1989 and 1990, all three in VHS, and we also have them in Blu-ray and in regular DVD. We also have the 25th anniversary of the trilogy, Back to the Future. We have the 30th anniversary trilogy, Back to the Future, and the newest one that just came out, I believe it was last year, the 35th anniversary. This one's in 4K. One thing about this, I mean, I know your shows, or your channel is a lot about the love of Back to the Future. We love Back to the Future, but a big thing about the movie is it would never have been possible if it wasn't for this great mind named John DeLorean. This is the guy, for anyone who's not big on the DeLorean itself, this is the guy who invented the DeLorean, who came up with the idea. We have a couple of books about him as well in our collection, as you can see here. Also have this very cool magazine. This is actually the first model 4 years before the DeLorean was ever actually manufactured. The first model, or the proto one. And I know, you being from the UK, we got this world's top 100 coolest cars. I think you guys will like this. Well, a reason why we bought this was not because it was from the UK, just so happens you are. The reason is because the 78th coolest car in all of the world is actually the DeLorean.
So I absolutely love the fact that we've taken this episode from here in the UK all the way to Canada, and Justin has showed us his awesome collection. And also I just want to say a very quick thank you to Justin, man. Thank you so much for being a part of this episode of Back to the Fans. I honestly truly appreciate your time, and Justin for taking the time to actually film this. But also a cool little surprise for you guys is on the next episode of Back to the Fans, I'm going to be interviewing Justin's dad, who, believe it or not, they actually made a replica of the Dr. Emmett Brown van which DeLorean comes off in Back to the Future. I absolutely can't wait to show you guys that, and I'm actually pumped to shoot that as well. But again, a big thanks to Justin for taking part in this video. So in the meantime, guys, please give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. And until that time you see me next, this has been the Z Review, and I'll be seeing you later.